Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another WrestleMania 33 match review. I was thinking about putting like two matches in together. Some of these matches I might not be able to talk long enough about, but I could probably talk about all these matches and why and what I would have did differently. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you kind of my insight on to who I think is going to win, and then I'm going to say, well, I probably would have did it another way. So we're gonna go with I did the Goldberg Lesnar one. That's going to be uploaded. It should be uploaded before this. If something happens that doesn't, well, I'm sorry. It'll be up soon. Um, but today we're going to be talking about the SmackDowns main event, and this is one where I'm like I said, I kind of might have problems talking about it. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt defends his WWE Championship against Randy Orton. Now this match was a complete mess getting to this point. First off, let me tell you what I think is going to happen. I think the Wyatt family possibly might get involved. That's exactly what I think. I think Rowan's going to show up. I think Harper's going to be there. I think they're going to be on Bray Wyatt's side. I know I watched Stephen Larson going in Raw, and Larson came up with a thing where it'd be interesting if Randy Orton took over the family, but I think that's a little far fetched. WWE does not have that much brain power. Um, it'd be interesting if they did that, but I don't think it'll happen. I definitely think that Bray. I want Bray to walk out the champion, and I don't know which way WWE is going to be going. If they want to continue this feud, which I don't think they will, I think they'll probably have one more match at the next pay-per-view, and they're probably going to end it. I'm assuming. Um, and then probably the draft's going to happen, and somebody's probably going to. I bet Randy Orton goes back to Raw. That's what I'm thinking. Um, but I think a lot of shakeups going to happen. So I think a lot of these matches are going to be probably second to the last match that they're going to happen, and these feuds are going to end. So I think Randy Orton is going to win the title, but I think that in the end, Bray might get it back. Um, I hate that they're going to. I hate that I think ultimately everybody thinks and knows that Randy Orton is going to win the championship. So that's my prediction. I really do think that Randy Orton is going to win the championship, and it just makes perfect sense that he's going to win it. And they're trying to make this big deal about it. They keep saying he's the babyface. Doesn't make any sense. They shouldn't have did the thing with Sister Abigail. I really don't think they should have said that. They could have said that her spirit is gone, whatever. But Bray could have still like had an urn or some kind of thing with her ashes in it. I know it's been done. I know Undertaker supposedly had that urn with the ashes, but I think it could have been done in a different way to say well she's gone and buried, but we did have I kept her ashes and I put it in this thing, and they could have did something like that, kind of like the Undertaker, and Harper could have came back to him and could have carried the ashes for him for a few things until some feud rolled around or Randy did something with the urn after WrestleMania, um, and then that could have been something, but they did things really really extremely fast here with the Sister Abigail thing and things like that, and I think it was interesting. I definitely think it was interesting, but I don't think Randy Orton was the right guy to be in that role. I think it should have been somebody else, to be honest. And I don't know if AJ could have pulled it off. I think it probably had to have been, in my opinion, I think Dean Ambrose should have been the person doing it. Or I'm trying to think of somebody who has decent acting skills and could have pulled off a serious role. And I don't even know if Dean, but I'm thinking Dean probably would have been a better selection to have Dean win the Rumble. But I'm trying to think, random car starting in the parking lot. Um, I'm trying to think of a person that would have been a better choice for Randy Orton because they just came out of like a huge feud, and they acted like it was the blow off, and it could have been the blow off, but instead it's like this thing happens, so we continue it, and it kind of just steamrolled, and it was interesting the way it did it, and I think they should have had it going until SummerSlam. This should have been a SummerSlam blow off feud not a WrestleMania. It had to be ignited so much to get to WrestleMania. And I think AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt would have been interesting. I think it should have been somebody else versus Bray Wyatt for the title. Even if they were going to go with the AJ Shane thing, possibly Kane versus Bray Wyatt. That probably would have been the better matchup, because whether or not that match is going to suck to heaven or suck whatever so bad, then I think that at least the storytelling would have been great. People would have loved it because they did things with those people before. But then again, you probably would have had to have a great talker. So I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to know people's opinions on who they think should have been in the storyline with Bray Wyatt, because I don't think AJ Styles could have pulled it off. This kind of intense kind of storyline. Randy Orton didn't do a bad job, but I just think someone else in this role would have did amazing. They would have did great. I almost would have loved to see Undertaker and Bray Wyatt again. I kind of do want to see it again, but he's probably done after this Mania. If not, like one more match is probably all he's gonna have. I kind of don't want it to be John Cena, but I think that if he has one more Mania match, it'll probably be John Cena. Um, Unless Vince just doesn't want to give it to us, and probably they feel like it's no point in having it. But I think next year might be the year we get it. It's gonna be way too late though. I mean, we will like to have had it like 3 or 4 years ago, but we would accept it, I think, this year. But I think that now it's too late. It's gonna be too late. I guess we'll have to see how the Roman Reigns Undertaker match comes out. Whether we're gonna say, can we see a match like that at next year's at WrestleMania 34? So we'll see. As far as this match goes, I think that it's going to be a good match. I ultimately know that it's going to be a good match, unless there's a bunch of run-ins, which I think it'll happen near the end, or there'll be slight interference like throughout the match, um, with either people trying to stop Bray from defeating Orton and helping Orton out, or if the Wyatt family is going to come down and go, hey, we're back. And I think that might happen at the beginning of the match. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen at the beginning of the match, is that when Bray comes out, because Luke Harper takes on Bray Wyatt next week, and either it happens on SmackDown next week, or it happens when he comes to the ring at WrestleMania. The Wyatt family may be back together. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Bray, what I hope happens next week when Luke Harper takes on Bray, is there's not even a match. I hope it's the main event. I hope they do a bunch of crap and they have to, close up anything that they're going to do with SmackDown. And I hope that at the end, Luke Harper comes out and they start to have the match, and Bray just talks to him and says, "Hey, you seen what he did. We need to get back together. We need to be strong because this guy tore our family apart." And I think he needs to do that. I like Luke Harper, okay? I love Luke Harper, and he's on his own right now. I like Rowan. Rowan definitely needs some work. Something needs to happen with Rowan. Rowan ain't going nowhere. He either has to change his gimmick or do something or whatever. But I honestly think that what I would love for them to do, it's going to pigeonhole Roman, and he's going to be gone within 5 years probably if he does this, though. He needs to stay with Bray. Rowan needs to stay with Bray. Harper, it would be nice if he came back, but I don't think he will. In all honesty, I kind of hope Braun comes to SmackDown with the draft. And, I know this isn't completely about the WrestleMania 33 match, but a lot of things could happen. Braun could show up at whatever. It was interesting, the altercation between, I think, Braun and Bray. Wasn't it during the Rumble? I thought something happened during the Rumble, and I thought Braun, I don't think he eliminated Bray, did he? I don't think he did. And I think that's when it started. I think Corbin eliminated Bray. Eliminated Braun. I'm trying to think who, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I was thinking about. But yeah, I do think the Rowan needs to go there because his gimmick's going to be done soon. So I think he's not going to be there much longer, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets released this year. But I think that he's a big man, so Vince likes big men, and he could feud with Rowan or not Rowan, Braun if he comes to SmackDown. Um, yeah, and that's probably all those of his gimmick he's gonna have. So if he's not with Bray Wyatt, there's nothing for him to do. He probably should just be a bodyguard. I mean, if Bray Wyatt's gonna be around a while, they should just put him as a kind of like just like a bodyguard thing, but continue to have him train where he can do like dark matches or whatever, do house shows and things like that. But I mean, I think they should just do that with him. I mean, if they're gonna release him or if he's gonna disappear and not do the Rowan thing, he could put on the mask. He could put on the mask. He could shave his goatee. All this. He probably wouldn't want to do that though, because he'll probably just go. He'll probably just say no and go to the independents and make money off that. Because I mean, he could go to the independents and make money too, just being Rowan and doing the circuit. He could make a decent amount of money for a good while. For a good while doing that. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Be interesting to see what happens at WrestleMania. I think this one is kind of in the air. Like people don't know. I don't think legitimately like what is going to happen during this match. That light is like I try to take pictures and like I can't even get pictures of things right because this stupid light. It's like a weird aura like around my. Anyway, kind of rambled on longer than I would have. But leave your opinions down below. Who do you think is going to win between Orton and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 33? Yes, I know the year. I know the time of the year. They finally start saying it on TV. But it's kind of an up in the air match because people don't really understand. Like, are they going to go with Bray after WrestleMania? Or are they going to go with Orton? Because now they're starting to say, well, Orton's strong. He's got Sister Abigail in him and some of that. So, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I want to say Orton, but I hope Bray. That's what I'm thinking. I really do. I'm really thinking. Actually, I'm going to change my result by the end of this. Bray Wyatt's going to walk out of WrestleMania with the WWE Championship. As much as Orton is babyface, I think Wyatt will walk out with the championship. Because here's my thing. There's already going to be a title change. Raw's championship is going to change hands. Bray Wyatt's going to walk out. Something's going to happen, supernatural or whatever, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be at WrestleMania. They're going to pull out everything. It's going to be an epic style of match. There's going to be things happen in this match that people are going to go, what the world? And that's what's going to cause Bray Wyatt to probably keep the championship. I'd be surprised that probably Bray Wyatt doesn't come out like a face paint at WrestleMania or something like that. Kind of like Finn Balor a little bit. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be interesting. I think this match I definitely going to have to watch to see what happens. Because, I mean, I'll watch all the matches, but, you know, WrestleMania is going to be crazy. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, this has been this match. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. I forget to say that. Don't forget to share if you like this video. Share it with your friends if you know anybody who likes wrestling and you think they would like this channel. I am starting to kind of, I need to start putting more content on this channel. It will be coming. I focus on the Brad Tragic channel. I don't do anything on the Breakdown channel. Sorry. I have another channel. I've been cheating on you. Sorry. I'm working on it. I have content. I just haven't uploaded it. That's the way I do things. I record stuff, but then I never put it up. And then, by the time I put it up, I'm just like, oh, I can't put it up now. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let me know your thoughts down below about this match. And keep rocking. Keep on watching wrestling.